Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, February 1st, 2024 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I notice what expands my field and what contracts it. That's something to always pay attention, like whether you are in expansion or contraction and how the vibes are feeding in. That being said, rabbit, here we are in February and actually have an exciting offer for you. So I've been waiting for this. Some of you know I actually work at my friend's restaurant 2 days a week. I highly enjoy it, and she has created these blendy powders. And I have been waiting for her to get her online site up so I could share these blendy powders. My personal favorite is Mighty Mushroom. It has all kinds of helpful healing mushrooms in it, as well as cacao. It's delicious. It does not taste like a mushroom. And it's so good for your brain. And between the Aquarius energies, which are very stimulating for your brain, and some eclipse energies that are coming sooner than you think. Our first eclipse is in March. This one in particular would be really helpful. To share just a really fast story, mushrooms have incredible immunity support. These are not like white button mushrooms. These are like chaga and lion's mane and cordyceps. So anyway, after Joe got out of the hospital with a very compromised immune system, he came home and he started getting sick. And I ran over to my friend's restaurant and got a smoothie with the Mighty Mushroom powder blended in, and he started feeling so much better. And it's something that we keep around the house and use somewhat regularly in healing. You can put it in your coffee, you can put it in a smoothie. There's all kinds of ways. You can make a latte. We also do that. But I wanted to share with you, I have a 10% off coupon. And as we are in a very high vibrational time, which can be very intense on the nervous system, and like I said, building to some interesting eclipses, this is a great time to get this in your life. There are other things too, other blendy powders, but that is my personal favorite. So here I am promoting my friend, the mushrooms, and there is a 10% code off down below. What is it? I've forgotten what it is already. Brain health? Brain health 2024? I forget, but it's going to be posted down here because my brain right now is like, too many things to be excited about. So here we are in February, rabbit, once again. February has some interesting, intense vibes to it. Not in a bad way, but as we have Pluto newly in Aquarius, as planets move into their respective signs, or even Aquarius, they're rolling over Pluto. And we have 3 planets moving into Aquarius this month that will have this Plutonic colonic coming up. And today, to initiate our February vibrations, we have the moon moving into Scorpio at 12:37 p.m. and then by 1:22 p.m. squaring Pluto. Now, I can't say this is the first moon Pluto square because we had that back last spring. But moon in Scorpio already has an intensity to it, and this Pluto energy ups the ante. So watch today where fears, where darker energies, where places you feel puny may be coming up to be faced. Top of the cards, I have this. It's the guilt card. It's not necessarily about the actual feeling of guilt. It's just, look at this picture. It's that. It's those fears. It's those things that kind of nag at your mind and are hard to let go of. Now, the thing about Pluto is hey, you've tried, I would say this about Scorpio too. You've tried to push this away for long enough. You can't push this thing away. You've got to feel it. You've got to deal with it. You've got to face this energy. In order to truly let something go, we do have to face it. And there's great healing available in this energy. But I'm just letting you know, you might feel a little dropout, right? And that's the thing. The moon moves rather quickly. So we're going to feel that building. You may wake up feeling a little cranky, a little off in the morning. Probably shouldn't have scheduled some readings, but I did. So that'll be interesting for a Scorpio, actually, interestingly enough. And the moon will have just finished connecting with Mercury as well. So there's just some really interesting mental vibes that can kind of drop you off into the deep end. In my head, I just saw like what they do with the Navy SEALs, where they'll like drop them off in the ocean. I used to live in Coronado where the Navy SEALs trained, and they just like drop them off. I'm like, figure it out. That's Pluto and the moon in Scorpio dropping you off. Figure it out. Now, let me say this. We don't all go down at once. The way energies work, it kind of rolls through. So just be aware. If you're not feeling it, maybe you're good. Maybe you're up to date on the work you're meant to do at this time. But if you don't feel it immediately, just, hold space for yourself. Hold space for your healing. Have patience with the process, because I figure that the universe kind of does it as a rolling energy, so we don't all have to feel the Pluto at once, because that can be rather intense. I also feel like with Pluto in Aquarius and this moon in Scorpio, and even just the sun in Aquarius energy, I think that we're all going to be just a little bit more sensitive than usual. Things that normally wouldn't necessarily bother you or push you off your center might frustrate you. The good news is we're leaving behind some baggage. I love this. Travel lightly. Recognize what you're carrying with you. This is a beautiful opportunity for healing and that letting go. But have patience with yourself, with the process. And one last thing, recognize that with Plutonic colonic energies, sometimes we don't always just bounce back right away. Sometimes you get a little tired. You gotta lay down to roll through the transformation process. So be gentle with yourself in and through this energy. So, check out the Blendy powders. Brain Health 2024, I believe, is the code. Mighty Mushroom is my personal favorite. Help my friends, help yourself, support me, all of us in doing this. Get your mushrooms on, because they are some helpful creatures. So, besides that, you can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power. And remember who you are. Namaste.